Welcome to Owen Allen Media. The Police Service Commission has terminated the contract of Commissioner of Police Erla Harewood-Christopher effective immediately. She was released on February 1st pending further investigation. The Police Service Commission has nominated Deputy Commissioner of Police Junior Benjamin to act as Commissioner, with Parliament set to debate his appointment on February 5th. That is today. So when we get that information, we will be updating you guys. So subscribe and turn the post notification on to be notified about that news. Assistant Commissioner of Police Kurt Simon has also been nominated to act as a DCP. So as we all know, Erla Harewood-Christopher and former SSA Director Roger Bess are under investigation for the procurement of 2 sniper rifles and accessories for the Strategic Service Agency. Deputy Commissioner Suzette Martin has formally asked Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley, in his role as head of National Security Council, whether the procurement was approved. The Director of Public Prosecution advised seeking this information as part of the probe. Now, Keith Rowley denied any government involvement in Erla arrest and emphasized that the legal process must be followed. Possible charges in the case include misbehavior in public office and perverting the court of justice. Now, Ms. Erla attorney have also challenged her suspension. Owen Allen Media has received confidential information, a letter from Erla lawyer Pamela Elder. Now, the attorney for Commissioner of Police Erla Harewood-Christopher has formally demanded that the Police Service Commission rescind her suspension and withdraw its letters dated January 31st, 2025. The attorney argues that the PSC decision was unlawful, unfair, and made without sufficient evidence. Now, the letter highlights that Ms. Erla was arrested without a warrant, caution, and identified as a suspect in an investigation into misbehavior in public office, but no specific allegations were provided. And she contends that the PSC should have independently assessed reasonable grounds for suspension before taking action. And her attorney also cites legal precedents emphasizing fairness and due process, asserting that the PSC failed to uphold these principles. And the PSC has been given a deadline of 2:00 p.m. on February 4th, 2025 to withdraw the suspension. If it fails to comply, Ms. Erla will pursue judicial review proceedings. Now, the letter serves as a pre-action protocol notice under the civil procedure rules. They haven't done anything as yet, right? They haven't rescinded or anything, so we don't know if Erla will be heading back into her position. Now, former Police Commissioner Griffith shares his opinion and gave solution to everything that has been happening in Trinidad and Tobago Police Force. Check it out.
Good afternoon, Trinidad and Tobago. Over the last 96 odd hours, every single person has a comment to make as it pertains to this disaster that has taken place within the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service. But being someone who has been involved in the Ministry of National Security, the Trinidad and Tobago Defence Force, SSA, and the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service, I think I may have a little bit of knowledge to understand what is going on. It is indeed unfortunate. What I would ask the country, however, and again I will double down on it, is to continue to give the respect and the support to the officers of the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service. Those officers who are on the ground, they have done nothing wrong. This has to do with the hierarchy making a whole mess of this. So for all of the officers out there, I ask you all to keep your heads high, continue to serve with pride, and to the citizens of this great country, continue to show the respect and support to the officers who are there to protect you. Having said all of that, this is not an isolated situation. This has been going on for the last few years in the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service. The object seems to be now one of whoever is the king or the queen. Your role is to try to take down that person, and your reward is to get the crown. This is totally unfortunate. I have seen it even when I was Commissioner of Police. There was a certain individual, he tried to target someone so that he could be charged whilst he was a DCP. Then he put a fake report that stopped a man from being an ACP to become a Deputy Commissioner of Police. Then when I was Commissioner of Police, they certainly wouldn't have done what they did with Erla. They would have known what would have happened. So what they did is try to lie and influence politicians for me to be removed. And then when McDonald Jacob took over, others below him tried to get him removed. And now Erla Christopher is the same situation. When will this end? This is totally sickening. The Trinidad and Tobago Police Service has spent more time in trying to target police officers for providing legitimate legal firearms for law-abiding citizens and for the members of the protective services, the Defence Force and the police as well, in trying to protect them than they have spent time in trying to target criminal elements who have illegal weapons that have contributed to 100% of murders over the last few years by firearms. And that is where the situation is. Even with myself, it was a fishing expedition, a witch hunt, based on lies, rumors, and that is why you hired retired judges, you hired retirees, and they came up with all of these reports. And that's why after 3 years, not one person has been questioned, not one person has been arrested, not one person has been charged, because they were all lies. It was based on, it is rumored, it is perceived, and we have been told. No complainant, nothing at all. And it has continued. Even under my watch, after that 3-year period, the last 3 years, we had over 80 police officers assigned to see if you could find something on firearms, which is over 500,000 police hours that could have been used to protect you, the citizens of this country. Instead, they were directed on a witch hunt to see if you could find something, and they could find nothing. This situation seems to be no different. It is amazing that up to now, the police service can't say exactly what it is that they were planning to arrest and charge Erla Christopher for. What I would like to believe, it is that, again, looking at the situation of the Firearm Act, the only organization that can get prohibited weapons would be the Trinidad Tobago Defense Force and the Trinidad Tobago Police Service, law enforcement agencies. The SSA is not seen as a law enforcement agency, so they would not be entitled to have prohibited weapons, because all the persons in the SSA are hired as civilians, so it's basically a civilian prioritized organization. But because of that, somebody who is not very bright in the legal department of the police service may have perceived that now to mean that if sniper rifles were purchased by SSA, sniper rifles may have been prohibited weapons. They are not. A sniper rifle is not a prohibited weapon, strange as it is, because it is not an automatic weapon. And if that is the reason for what they did to Erla Christopher, my God, it shows the standard of the legal department of the Trinidad Tobago Police Service. So we do not know what the situation is at what they were trying to investigate about, whether it was involved in bribery or bringing in illegal firearms. But as it is right now, all we're hearing about are these sniper rifles, and the sniper rifles being purchased from the SSA. In my take, had I been Commissioner of Police, I would not have done that. But it is not an illegal offense. It may cause administrative glitches for one organization to purchase weapons for another organization, but that is not a criminal offense. But this is where we have reached. We have reached a very unfortunate situation where all that we come to is police officers trying to find every single avenue to try to discredit other police officers. And in a situation like this, when we have a press conference and other police officers being directed to stand up behind the senior officers who have been instrumental in this investigation, how is it that we expect Erla Christopher now to work with the other officers or vice versa? I mean, this is really an unfortunate situation, but it shows the incompetence of those in the legal department. If you could be so sure that you want to arrest a commissioner of police, you better come with the proper information, the evidence, the complainants, the witnesses, the data, and you didn't have it. And I think this is rather unfortunate. So what I would strongly recommend...
All right, so that's the video for today. Thank you for watching. Owen Allen Media, we keep you informed.